Hello, this is Scott Barrett, and in this short training video, I am going to demonstrate how you can email an attachment and send it directly into one of your transactions in the new MyFLR Office website. So let's begin. So I'm in the new Office website, and I go under my transactions. I go into my documents. You don't need to do this to get the document there, but what happens here is your transactions have their own custom email address. So anyone that has that email address, whether it be the agent on the other side of the transaction, a lender or a title company, or yourself, you can take an email with an attachment, send it to the address, and those attachments will end up right in the transaction record, and the correspondence, the text or the body of the email, the subject line, and all that data will also retain in the transaction record. And that would be very critical for any correspondence that you may have on a transaction that should be retained for purposes of making sure nothing occurs in the future. Some of our transactions are very have issues and things like that, and that would be another reason to have that correspondence sent into the transaction record for the. So there's two purposes for this feature: is one to get correspondence on a transaction record and record it with that transaction. But for this particular demonstration, I'm going to show it for the purpose of getting some of the documents that we need for that transaction record. So I'm going to take this email address and it says click to copy. So I'm going to click. I'm going to go into my email and then I'm going to hit compose. So I'm going to attach a document for this transaction to this email as an attachment, and it will end up right in the transaction record. So I'm going to right click and paste. That's the email address. In this particular sample, I had the seller sign a change form to the listing, offering a bonus to the co-brokerage. Listing bonus. Seller agrees to offer $1,000 bonus to co-broke buyer's agent brokerage. Then I'm going to hit my paperclip and attach that particular file. Let's see, here it is, the bonus. Now that is an attachment. I'm going to send that. Okay, so that is now sent through email. I'm going to come back to the transaction. And if you notice here, it says emailed. So now there is a document in the tray called emailed, and that document is the bonus form. So now at this point, I can choose to do what I need to do, maybe assign it. At this particular point, it's not actually signed yet by the seller. So the intent here was I'm going to use another feature called e-sign. But that is a method for getting documents. Another way to get your documents into a transaction record is through emailing it as an attachment. The other part of the email, and I'm just going to go back to transactions, and I'm going to go over to history. So in history, I now have a record of that particular email that came into the system, and I can view the email. It had one attachment, and it has all the correspondence, what the attachment was, the message. It was about a thousand. Well, this I must have mistyped. $1,000 bonus, and then it has all the header information. Should we ever have some situation occur in the future regarding this transaction, we have retained all of the email correspondence, assuming that we do forward it into the transaction. Please watch other videos. Thank you for watching this one about how to use the different aspects of the system. And I appreciate, thank you very much.